MacG's show, Podcast and Chill, is one of the biggest in South Africa, but it's also one of the most talked about for the wrong reasons. Over the years, some guests and other people he spoke about have felt hurt or embarrassed by what was said. One time, MacG made jokes about transgender people, and that caused a lot of anger. Big companies like Old Mutual and Amstel stopped sponsoring the show because of it. Even his wife, Naledi Monamori, has been attacked online because of the things he said on the podcast. Some people say MacG is being honest and asking questions no one else wants to ask, but others believe he goes too far and ends up hurting people's lives and reputations. So is MacG telling her truth or just breaking people for views? Let's get into it. Before all the drama and the news stories, MacG just wanted to talk. That's really how it all began. His full name is MacGyver Mokwevo, but most people call him MacG. Back in the day, he was on TV and radio. You might remember him from YFM or those shows on ETV. He was funny, cool, and people liked how easy he was to listen to.
So tell your friends to tell their friends your girlfriend's favorite DJ is officially in the building.
But after a while, he said some things that got him into trouble, and soon, the big radio stations and TV shows didn't want to work with him anymore. So, he decided to start his own thing. In 2018, MacG and a few of his friends set up a podcast. Nothing fancy, just some mics, a camera, and few chairs in someone's house. They called it Podcast and Chill with MacG. The idea was simple: sit down, talk about music, famous people, relationships, life, and even politics. No scripts, no rules, no one telling them what they could or couldn't say. It felt like you were just sitting with friends, having a chat. At first, not a lot of people were watching. It was mostly fans who remembered MacG from before. But then, more and more people found the podcast. It got really big, really fast. Suddenly, they had huge guests, famous musicians, actors, even politicians. People loved how real it felt. In a world where TV and radio always seem careful and fake, MacG was just saying it like it is. But not everyone was happy. Some people said MacG was being careless. Others said he was letting guests say harmful things and calling it just being real. The thing that made the show popular, the fact that they didn't hold back, also brought a lot of problems later. But in the beginning, it was just MacG trying to make a comeback, using his own voice and building something of his own. And for a while, it worked. By the time 2020 rolled around, Podcast and Chill with MacG wasn't just a show anymore. It was a movement. What started as chats between friends in a living room had turned into one of the biggest podcasts in South Africa. More and more people were tuning in every week, and the conversations were getting bolder. MacG, along with his co-host, Sol Penduga and Ghost Lady, found a rhythm that clicked. Sol was funny and unpredictable, always throwing in jokes and wild stories.
I understand why you're starting a bakery in Brits, because you were born and bred there. Drop that fucking thing of yours.
The Ghost Lady kept things balanced with a calm voice and sharp comments. Together, they made a kind of a show that felt like sitting at the table with your friends, laughing and debating for hours. The guests got bigger too. Major artists like Black Coffee, celebrities like Joop Joop, and even controversial figures started showing up. Some interviews were emotional, some were funny, and others were explosive, the kind people couldn't stop talking about the next day. Clips from the show spread fast on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Suddenly, MacG wasn't just back, he was everywhere. One of the biggest reasons people loved Podcast and Chill was because it felt honest. Unlike radio shows where you could tell someone is being careful with their words, here guests could relax and speak their minds. They would talk about music industry, their personal lives, money problems, even scandals. Nothing was off limits. But as the podcast grew, so did the heat. News outlets began picking up stories from the show. Sometimes things said in those unfiltered conversations made headlines, and not always in a good way. MacG and his team were called out for controversial comments, and some people even tried to get the show cancelled.
This cancel culture shit. Dude, let me tell you guys something. You've been trying to cancel us for years. We are uncancelable.
Period.
You cannot cancel us.
No one can fire us.
At the same time, the Chillers, what MacG's loyal fans called themselves, were standing by the podcast stronger than ever. They argued that no one else was giving platforms like this, where guests could be raw and real. They said South Africa needed spaces where hard topics could be discussed openly, without the fear of getting silenced. Even with all the backlash, one thing was clear: Podcast and Chill had changed the game. It wasn't just about MacG making a comeback anymore. It was about building something new, a platform that didn't follow the old rules of media, and for a lot of people, that was exactly what they've been waiting for. As PodcastAndChill kept getting bigger, it also started stepping on more toes. MacG's way of talking straight, with no filter, made the podcast exciting, but it also caused big problems. He wasn't scared to speak about celebrities, even when it made them angry, and some of those people were very powerful. First, there was Cassper Nyovest. MacG often threw shots at Cassper on the podcast. He called him fake, said he was too full of himself, and made fun of his businesses and boxing matches.
You must do what other rappers do that have sneakers. They give them away and say they've sold X amount.
But I heard they can't do the same with the alcohol.
One of the hardest things MacG said was that Cassper should leave music before music leaves him. In other words, MacG was saying Cassper's music career was dying and that he should quit while people still cared about him. MacG explained that he felt Cassper was no longer making music that excited people the way it used to. He said Cassper was focusing too much on business deals like alcohol brands and sneakers, and that the music was starting to sound old or repetitive. According to MacG, Cassper had already reached the top and was now chasing trends instead of setting them like before. He warned that if Cassper stayed in the game too long, people would slowly lose interest and he would damage his legacy. On top of that, MacG told his audience many times that Cassper was scared to come on the podcast. He said they had invited Cassper plenty of times, but Cassper kept dodging the invites.
I'm over this Cassper, man. Like, we give this guy so much limelight and we're bigger than him, bro. We're putting him on. F him. Damn Dash, if you call him now, do you know who Cassper is? He doesn't know, but he knows us.
According to MacG, Cassper didn't want to face tough questions and didn't want to sit in a space where he couldn't control the conversation. MacG would joke about it saying, "We are still waiting for Cassper to pull up, but he won't." It made Cassper look like he was running away from real talk, and that added even more fuel to their beef. Soon, it turned into a big war online. Cassper's fans on one side, MacG's chillers on the other. A lot of MacG's supporters didn't understand why Cassper was acting like he was too big for the podcast. On social media, people started saying things like, "Why does Cassper think MacG's podcast needs him? The network is already big. Him going to the show won't help the network." Fans felt like he was overestimating his power and that the PodcastAndChill had already made it without him. One comment said it clearly: "Understand why Cassper doesn't want to go to the PodcastAndChill. It will be a career suicide. If MacG can make graduates sing and ruin their careers, imagine what he can do to Cassper when he left school at grade 7. Whether he came or not, the show was going to keep going." Long before the Cassper Nyovest moment, MacG had his first on-air slip with Joseph Dary. Joseph is the YouTuber behind Couples Switching Phones, where partners trade devices to test loyalty. His videos bring surprises, laughs, and sometimes tears. His honest style won him many fans online. One afternoon on PodcastAndChill, MacG sat down with his co-host to praise Joseph's creative format, but tripped over his words. Instead of a compliment, he blurted that he thought Joseph had appeared on a show about catching pedophiles. The studio fell silent for a moment. Then fans flooded social media, typing in shock. Did he really say that? Joseph, watching from home, felt a mix of emotions: shock, hate, and confusion. That kind of accusation can destroy a person's good name overnight. Rumors spread fast, and people believed the wrong story. Joseph immediately took to his own channels and denied the claim. He asked MacG to correct the mistake quickly. MacG moved fast. He issued a clear public apology on his social pages, admitting it confused Joseph with someone else. He said, "I'm sorry Joseph, I got it wrong, and I regret the harm I caused." Then he invited Joseph back onto the podcast to clear the air face to face.
And I apologize, and I apologize to you again. I mean, I've apologized before, I apologize to you again. I mean, I really didn't know, and that was not my intention, and I think you could feel.
When Joseph returned to the mic, MacG offered a heartfelt apology in person. Joseph spoke about the fear, stress, and rumors the mix-up had caused him and his family. He said it felt scary to see strangers spread false news. By the end of the episode, they had turned an awkward moment into a respectful conversation. Both agreed that honesty and sincere "I'm sorry" can help heal almost any mistake. But the same thing can be said about DJ Maphorisa. On an episode of PodcastAndChill, MacG was chatting with young amapiano artist Howard. During their conversation, Howard shared how some producers take credits for songs they didn't really contribute to. MacG quickly joked and said, "Sounds like something Maphorisa would do." That small comment went viral and Twitter exploded. Some accused Maphorisa of exploiting artists, while others defended him, praising his contributions to amapiano. The debate quickly grew, with the public divided on the matter. Maphorisa responded angrily on Instagram, saying MacG was using his name for views. MacG got a problem with me, or the show is making money with my name. That's why he has to talk about me all the time, he said. But MacG wasn't finished. In another episode, he called Maphorisa a vampire, claiming he feeds off young artists and is greedy.
Are you for real?
Dog, that guy's a vampire, bro. He feeds from the youth.
Hey, me, I thought he's just referring to, because I heard him talk about masters.
No, dog. That guy's a vampire, my man.
He accused Maphorisa of keeping all the publishing rights and not sharing them fairly with artists. The accusations gained traction. Some artists stepped forward, sharing their stories. Some said Maphorisa helped them grow, while others claim he took full credit for their work. MacG's words painted a picture of Maphorisa as a powerful figure who controlled much of the industry but didn't always treat artists fairly. Maphorisa defended himself, saying he treated his artists professionally, like any major label would. Still, the damage was done. While he wasn't cancelled, the public's perception of him changed. MacG's comments, both jokes and serious accusations, made a big impact on Maphorisa's image. Recently, DJ Maphorisa made a post that reads, "The podcast are messing up with our backlash. I wish they knew the damages they are causing emotionally and financially." What do you guys think? Is Maphorisa a villain or a victim? Let us know in the comments below. Just when you think he was done, he added another name on the list. In April 2025, MacG got into serious trouble after saying disrespectful things about TV star Minnie Dlamini. On his show, he spoke about her recent breakup with plastic surgeon Dr. Brian Munaise. Instead of being respectful, MacG made a rude joke, saying there might be something wrong with Minnie, then added that maybe her private part smelled.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, there's gotta be something wrong with her. Like maybe a coochie smells or something, bro.
Yeah.
You know this happens, dog. It happens.
His co-host Sol Pendua laughed, which made it worse. Many people were angry. A group called Women for Change said MacG's comments were sexist and dangerous. They said this kind of talk adds to the disrespect women face every day in South Africa. They asked podcast sponsors and streaming platforms to take actions against MacG. Minnie's ex-boyfriend Dr. Munaise defended her. He said MacG and Sol clearly had a problem with successful women and called them little weasels. He said women deserve respect, especially in public spaces. Even a government official, Deputy Minister Steve Litzige, spoke out. She said MacG's comments were hurtful and counted as gender-based violence. Minnie didn't say much, but she handled it with grace. She posted on Instagram, "My career has never been and will never be defined by my relationship status. I was Minnie before marriage and I'll be Minnie after my divorce." While many people supported Minnie Dlamini, some defended MacG. They said he was just being real and people were overreacting. Others brought up what Minnie used to say about her ex-boyfriend Kune with the comment reading, "As men, we want to protect this man with all we have." Remember Minnie Dlamini body shaming Itumeleng Kune on left, so today we should hate MacG. Under pressure, MacG apologized on a later episode, saying he was just trying to be entertaining. But many people felt it wasn't sincere and Minnie didn't accept it. If you like this video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Also check out this video you see on the screen. And I'll see you guys in the next one.